Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play.
Hello everyone. Check out this amazing little box book that I've worked out how to make from shopping bags. So easy and really, really great for holiday time because we might be going away, but you might want to keep just a few little things for a little bit of creativity while you're gone. So you can use this as like your little travel ephemera holder. Isn't it just so cute? So see, each page, it actually opens up to a little box instead of a regular page. So it's quite 3D. And I mean, you can stuff them quite a bit. Like I've got them quite large. So you could actually have your journal in one of them that you're going to fill up and then pop your ephemera in all the others. All right, so I just grabbed 3 bags that were the same. These ones happen to be food dairy. I mean, I've got Coles, I've got Woolies. I always ask for paper bags because, you know me, I use them in my journals. So the first thing I do is I actually cut them down. Now, of course, you can use your tops for all sorts of different things, but the very first page, it has one side that is slightly longer. Now, I did do a mistake in this, and I'll show you how I fixed that. But see how when you open out these shopping bags, these wonderful big paper shopping bags, you get that box. So you can actually do slightly taller pages if you want to. I just like them as the flat ones. So even though I know the fold to get this kind of box book, this is just so much easier. So I'm doing it with 3 boxes. So for the back 2 boxes, I am tearing them down to that fold. So can you see that? How it's just down to that very first fold, and then you get your perfect little flaps. So I'm just doing the second one here, and again, that's just down to that fold. Now I'm tearing them, but you could use a knife to cut them. You could cut them with scissors. I mean, you could even use a guillotine. Okay, now this is the cover box. So I'm just splitting it just down to that fold, so just down to that seam. Now this is where I made the mistake. I should have not torn this bit. That's the bit I wanted to leave. It's okay, it just meant I had extra tearing to do. So then when I opened it out, I went, oh, hang on, that's not a cover. So then it took me a bit of working out. And basically I want to remove those 2 inner flaps so that then I've just got a single piece again that's double the height. So yes, see, I'm tearing that out and then I tear those 2 little flaps out and then I'm still confusing myself. So wait for it, any second now. I'll tear those 2 pieces because my brain is going, what do I do? Oh, maybe if I just tear those and that'll work. And maybe that gives me the cover. So then I open it up and then I'm like, oh no, it doesn't, because that's still part of the thing that opens up the box. See, I'm totally confusing myself. So then I realised the bit that has all those on it, just tear that whole bit off and then you've got the single cover on the other side. When you do this yourself, hopefully that will make more sense. So I'm sorry I got that back to front for you, but all's well that ends well. So here it is. I've just put them on top of each other and all you do is you glue one flap to the back of the previous one. So the left part, the left opening of the box, I'm just gluing it to the one on top. They're all facing the same way. This one just has the longer cover piece. And then, see, that's got its cover box and underneath is the next box. And so then I'm doing the same on the next one. So I've glued right around the edge and then inside to make it nice and sturdy. And then that is gluing on my 3rd box. Seriously, how simple is this? So you could add as many boxes as you like. You could have different boxes for different themes. There's the first page with the cover. So it's just that little cover bit. Of course, you wouldn't even need to add that cover if you don't want to. You could just do them all the same height and glue them all together and that would be fine too. So here I'm just giving it an extra press, you know, really making sure it's nice and stuck down because there's a little bit of give in my glue, so it takes a little bit to dry. So I'm just really pressing it down with my bone folder, really burnishing it in to make sure that it's all nice and sturdy. Then I accidentally turned my camera off. So you didn't, but see, I just stuck those pieces in underneath so that they were all one nice piece. And now I'm going to do the other flaps and the cover. So popping the cover piece on. Oh, upside down, Miss Jane. Round it goes. I've inked around the edges of the box. I've inked around the edges of the papers just because that's what I like to do. I thought on this one I'd just do a little label on the front. So this one's a little bit of a label extravaganza. Instead, I just put a bit of coffee dyed paper behind that nice digi that I printed out. A little bit of coffee dyed cheesecloth behind my label. I then put a little bit of coffee dyed cheesecloth around the edges. I didn't actually spread them out quite enough, but you see, it still worked. Truly, I'm so excited I worked out how to do this. So, I learnt the fold to pop them in our journals first, and it's an origami fold, and it actually comes from traditional sewing boxes. I believe they're Japanese sewing boxes, or thread boxes, I think they were originally called, and they had all sorts of paper boxes that folded on top of each other. And then I worked out how to do a triple fold booklet, which I've got on a little short. And then I worked out how to totally cheat with shopping bags, which is what I've done. So as you saw, I did a little thin strip on the other side of each of the flaps, so the flaps that we didn't glue, and popped a little label on. Here I'm just popping the back cover on, and that's it. It's all put together. There's no need to even actually finish it with pretty papers. I just thought it made it look nice. So here's my first one, the prototype that I did to work it out. And I was doing this while I was chatting with some friends and crafting away with them. So I just love it. I just think it's so clever. And I'm calling it a box book. I'm sure there's a proper name. But I'm calling it a box book travel ephemera holder. How does that sound? I think it's cool. So I love them. Of course, if you wanted to put more paper on, you could do that as well by putting it on the bottom, and then you'd have lovely clean edges. And as I say, you wouldn't even need to do that. This is such a quick, easy way to take some crafty creating with you. I really hope you enjoy the holidays. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.